Career change after 30 hits very differently. Now you've got bills and expectations. Trust me, I know. Still, if you're thinking about starting over your career, wondering whether a career switch is even possible, or Googling, is it too late to change my career right now? Well, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to figure out how people actually pull off a career change after 30 without blowing up their finances or starting from zero. We're going to break down how to use the skills you already have and how to approach the job market strategically. And yes, tools just like Job Hire AI can seriously speed things up by helping you target the roles that already fit your background. But we're going to speak about that a little bit later on. Now, changing careers is pretty scary, but staying stuck in a job that drains you every single day is even worse. By the time that you hit your 30s or 40s, burnout is the default if your work doesn't interest you no more, and only a smart career change can give you that energy back. Just like it happened to some really famous people who actually took a leap of faith. For example, Jeff Bezos made a major career switch at 30, leaving a stable job to start Amazon in his garage with some help from his parents. Another good example is Vera Wang, who didn't enter fashion until her 40s. Before that, she was a figure skater and a journalist. Then she completely changed direction and became one of the most famous bridal designers in the world. Another good example is Sarah Blakely, who spent her 20s selling office supplies door to door. It wasn't until her 30s that she bet on her idea for Spanx. And Jonah Peretti began as a high school computer science teacher before founding BuzzFeed and co-founding the Huffington Post. Now, here's the thing most people miss. A career is really just two parts: your skill set and the industry you're using it in. That's it. Just remember that the more you change at once, the harder and riskier the move gets. In any case, your previous experience is not a disadvantage. Most skills transfer way more easily than people think, even across totally different industries. And hiring managers see experience as proof you actually did the job. There are two ways to pull off a career change. The first is changing both your skills and your industry, which is pretty hard to do. It usually means going back to school, starting in a more junior role, and taking a pay hit at first. To follow this path, you should be extremely passionate about your new occupation and realistic about the actual trade-offs. The second option is changing either your skills or your industry. This is easier for most people. It's lower risk and it allows you to stay competitive. So, when you're changing careers, try not to aim for jobs where you're starting from zero. Target roles where you're already halfway qualified. Look for positions that reuse parts of your current skill set. It can cut your transition time down and improve your chances of getting hired. You can also make a list of your skills. If you've been working for close to a decade, you already have more than you think. Focus on skills that carry over to almost any job. For example, communication, leadership, teamwork, organization, and problem solving. These are transferable, and employers care about them way more than you might think. Once you write everything down, you're gonna start to see where you're strong and where you're missing pieces. It'll help you patch the gaps before you actually move forward. You can then get some training, but only if you actually need it. If your current role is close to what you want next, you might be able to make the move without going back to school. At the same time, a little extra training can make this switch feel less intimidating. If you have savings or support, you might be able to study full-time and move a little bit faster. If not, evenings and weekends can still get you there while you keep your job. And once you get yourself a job interview, make sure that you're clear about why you're changing careers. Even if you're leaving because the job isn't great, don't start with the negatives. Frame it around what you're moving toward. That's exactly what employers care about. And finally, use AI to your advantage. Tools like Job Hire AI can save you a ton of time by pointing you toward the roles that actually fit your background. It will also tailor your applications to specific job openings and send them out as soon as the position opens. All you need to do is prepare for the interview.